Hey everybody, it's Tater. I am filming my accidental February book haul. To get things started off here, I went to a museum with my grandpa and my brother the day that I went to go get my driver's permit. I'm like a step closer to learning how to drive. Yeah. It's a Route 66 museum in Barstow. I'm not entirely sure what it was exactly called. But they were having used books. They had used books for sale to support the museum, and I thought, hey, it's a museum, they need money. I love some museums, so I picked up a couple of books that looked rather interesting. So the first book that I picked up is this really teeny tiny copy of Hamlet by William Shakespeare. Hamlet is basically the plot of The Lion King because The Lion King was based off of Hamlet. So the Prince Hamlet is haunted by his father, the ghost, and his uncle is trying to take over the kingdom, and his mom's kind of like all up in the mix. So yeah, I'm really excited about this, and it's really teeny tiny, and I really like that, and I really love like the cover, the hardcover here, and it just feels really old, and it smells really old, and I love the pages, so I'm really excited to read this. The next book that I picked up was a copy of Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen, and what I'm about to say might shock some of you, but I haven't read Pride and Prejudice yet. I have seen the movie, I've been in a play version of Pride and Prejudice, and I played Lydia, and that was a lot of fun. But yeah, I know the story, but I actually have not read the book. I feel really terrible about it. So I picked up a copy of Pride and Prejudice, and I'm pretty sure this was like a textbook, because in the front cover it has like one of these. So I'm pretty sure this was made to be a textbook, and I don't know, I really thought the cover was cool, and I'm gonna get a kick out of reading this. Book that I have was kind of an impulse buy because I needed to get cash back, and I was in a convenience store, and they had paperback books, and the first book that I saw was A Dance with Dragons by George R.R. Martin, and this is the most recently released Game of Thrones book, so now I own all of them, all 5 of them, and I'm still only halfway through Game of Thrones. But I know that I'm going to want to continue with the series, which is why I bought the first 4, and which is why I bought this one. So, hopefully this year, by the end of this year, I'll have the series finished, and I'll be ready for when the 6th book comes out, The Winds of Winter. And the next few books that I got were not bought, they are lent from the library, but I just want to share them with you because I didn't do a lot of book buying in February. So, the first book that I picked up is Annie on My Mind by Nancy Garden, and this is a classic young adult lesbian love story. And I am 100 pages in, and I'm really enjoying it. I think the romance is really, really cute, and I'm pretty sure this is set in the 60s, but it was written in the 90s. I may be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure it's set in the 60s. But yeah, I really love this. Annie and Liza are really, really cute, and I'm only partway through the story, but I just wanted to show that to you guys because I'm really excited about reading this. And the next book that I picked up was from the children's section of the library, and that is The Invention of Hugo Cabret by Brian Selznick. I have seen the film adaptation of this, Hugo, which came out a couple years ago, and I really, really enjoy this story. And I know you might be thinking, holy crap, that book is huge. But it's really awesome because not only is it words, but it also has like 200 some odd drawings in it, which makes the book go a lot quicker. So I'm really excited to read this because I've heard really awesome things about the book, and I already know that I love the story, and the story made me cry. So I didn't even know there was a book. There was a book first, and it was a movie adaptation. I had no idea, but I'm really, really excited to read the story. And the last book that I got from the library, and I don't want anyone to freak out about this. I am reading this mainly for education for myself, and education hopefully for the people around me once I educate myself, and that is 50 Shades of Grey by E.L. James. And once again, don't be mad at me for checking this out from the library. This is erotica, and it portrays a BDSM relationship, and it's basically like a really trashy Twilight fan fiction. And I don't want to say that offending anybody that enjoys this book, but um, the problem that several people have with this book is that it portrays a really, really unhealthy version of a BDSM relationship. And I have been saying that it does without reading the book, and I want to be able to say that I've read it and say that yes, that is not a healthy BDSM relationship, because there is a difference between enjoying a BDSM relationship and having it be completely consensual, where you're taking care of your partner, where you have a safety word, where everything is completely kosher, and the things that I have heard about this book and the way that Christian Grey treats the main character, I forget her name, Anastasia. And I just want to make sure I'm going to be able to educate myself. And I personally read erotica online, and I'm not ashamed to say that because, it's the 21st century. I'm completely comfortable with my sexuality. That's fine, but it's just the fact that this is getting a lot of hype and is portraying something as unhealthy as the relationship that Mr. Grey and Miss Steele have. It worries me, so I want to be able to read it and say, this, and this is wrong, or I'm not expecting to find that what I'm hearing, the bad that I'm hearing, is truly not going on in this book. But I just wanted to pick this up from the library because I was not going to spend money on it. Doesn't matter. I was not going to spend money on it. I want to pick it up from the library, be able to read it, and educate myself, and educate everybody else that's maybe trying to get into good erotica and wants to pick up this, because I can point people in the way of good erotica, trust me, but not this. So I'm going to read this. This is mainly for being able to make a really feminist bit of YouTube bloggy rantness. So yeah, I got 50 Shades of Grey from the library, and I'm not ashamed of it. I just want to be able to educate myself and others. So that's why I picked that up. So now that long spiel is over, I want to share with you 2 books that I got in the mail today. I was going to do an unboxing, but I was really, really excited for one of the books that was in the package. So, the first book that I have is for my Intro to World Religions class. It is this teeny tiny edition of Tao Te Ching, and this is originally by Lao Tzu. It's been translated by a man named Stephen Mitchell, and this is basically like the guidelines of the Tao religion. And I'm actually looking forward to reading this, because we just finished the section in our textbook about Taoism, and it seems like a really cool religion, and I love having different religious texts. The last book, which I am the most excited about, is World After by Susan E. Yes! I finally get to read this. Oh my gosh. This is the sequel to Angel Fall by Susan E., and it's book 2 in the Penryn and the End of Days Chronicles. And the 3rd book is coming out in June, so I was like, I need to read it, because I talk about Angel Fall a lot because it was such a great book. And I really, really, really need to read World After, because I need to know what happens with Penryn and Raffi, because oh my gosh, I ship them so hard. And kind of lazy cliffhanger at the end of Angel Fall, and I need to know what's going on. Alright, everybody, that is all the books that I acquired this month. I got 8 books this month, but like I said, only 5 of them is books that I spent my money on. But I'm really excited about this, and yeah, that's all I have to say right now, guys. Warm wishes from my bookshelf to yours. Bye.